Oh my God, wasn't that an ordeal? All right, guys. Man, I tell you, I hope y'all can see this. I have gone through so much this evening. I see it looks like there's six of you. And I'm going to try to pull up the chat. There you are. Hey, Eric, it's Fake Factory, Jay, Nathaniel. Um, Good to see you guys. Man, guys and gals, it was an ordeal getting here tonight uh, because we have a really bad storm coming through, and it keeps knocking the damn power out. So, um, just wanted to hang out with you guys. I hadn't had the chance to hang out with you. I'm going to try to pull the chat here where I can see you guys and see what you guys are saying. See if I can pop this chat out here on the screen. I'm afraid to do anything because I don't want to. I don't want to. I really don't need to see me. Uh, yeah, just give me a second here to get my head wrapped around what I'm doing here because it was just a pain in the butt. But you guys are worth it. You guys are definitely worth it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to kind of keep an eye on the. I'm going to try to keep my eye on the chats the best I can because I don't want to miss anybody's. Don't want to miss anybody. I'm going to type my name in here and just make sure. Say hey y'all. All right. So what you guys want to talk about? I want to kind of open the floor up for you guys to talk about whatever. Ask me any questions you want to ask. I got a couple things I wanted to say. Mostly I just wanted to hang out. I haven't really shot any videos lately. The videos that you've been seeing, I shot about a month ago. I came in here one Saturday and I just shot the hell out of a bunch of videos. I think I shot about 8 or 9 videos that day. And I meant to change shirts because I wanted to show off some of my Click t-shirts. Matter of fact, let me step off camera here. I'm going to pull a Madonna and we're going to have a quick costume change. So somebody chat something in down there just so I make sure the chat's working. Just say, hey, yo, what's up? Whoever's here, just say, hey. Or if you got a question, go ahead and chat it in. All right, I'm going to change shirts real quick. All right. There's Ronnie Parker. So, Click Tea Shop, Eric Carr. We got any Eric Carr fans out there? Hey, Robert. Good to see you. See if y'all can see that right there. So, yeah. ClickTeashop.com. It's not sponsored, but they got some nice shirts. So, Trevor wants to talk about the top 5 worst Kiss songs. Okay, well, I'll throw mine in, and we can together as a group figure out what the other 4 is. My all-time Kiss song, thanks Eric, my all-time Kiss song that I hate the most, I hate this song. It is My Way, I think it's off of Crazy Nights. Hate My Way. And if you like it, that's cool. Hey, Darklight, good to see you. If you like My Way, and I know there's some fans out there that do. I remember when I made my video of that review, and I talked about how I didn't like My Way. There's some people like, oh, My Way kicks ass. And I was like, rock on. That's good for you. I'm glad you like it. Me, I'm not a fan. So somebody else chime in. We'll say top 5 worst Kiss songs. Somebody else chime in one. I'm gonna drink a little bit of a beer here. My friend bought me this beer. It's Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout. I don't know if you've ever. I like stouts, and I like beers that have chocolate and coffee and stuff like that in them. I'm a real big fan of stuff like this. It's usually really dark beers, and I like this kind of stuff. Jay Reiner, My Way absolutely freaking sucks. Yeah, it's and like I said, for those who do like it, I'm pouring this way too fast. It's got a big head on it. Let's see. I don't like Hooligan. I wasn't a fan of Hooligan when I was a kid, but Hooligan's grown on me. I actually liked Baby Driver more than I liked Hooligan. I would probably say if all my really Kiss songs I hate, most of them come off of the Crazy Nights album, but there are some songs like I don't like Then She Kissed Me. I'm not a big fan of that. I think Then She Kissed Me ruins Love Gun. I'm not a fan of Any Way You Want It. I don't like when Paul does his covers. I mean, that could have been, I personally think Alive 2 should have been all live. But then we would have probably still got Rocket Man on Ace's solo album. So let me follow up on the questions here. You don't like, I hate I Will Be There. Don't take me wrong, I like the meaning, but yeah, I liked I Will Be There off of Carnival of Souls. I like that song. Ronnie just bought the 12-inch drum head off eBay with Eric Carr's image on the front. Turns out the seller was Eric's sister, Loretta Carr. She signed it and personalized it. That's awesome, Ronnie. That's really cool. Am I going to review Peter Criss's second solo album, Out of Control? George asks. Yes, I'm actually going to review. I have one Kiss review left to do. I'm doing the box sets. I'm doing the Kiss box set, doing like different songs. And I've got a couple surprise videos that I'm going to make concerning certain songs. I'm also going to be reviewing Kiss My Ass. And once I get done with Kiss Rocks Vegas, which is the last Kiss album that I have to do review-wise, I'm going to start with Peter's Out of Control solo album, and I'm going to go through Peter's solo albums, Ace's solo albums, Gene's solo album, Asshole, Paul's solo album, Live to Win. I'm going to go through all those solo albums. It'll probably take me into the greater part of the first quarter of next year to get to those, but it is on my plan to do it. So I will be doing that. Read My Body really sucks. Read My Body sounds like a Def Leppard song. It sounds like a really bad Pour Some Sugar on Me. And that's one of the things that I really didn't like about 80s Kiss was I didn't like 80s Kiss mid 80s Kiss. Early 80s Kiss was pretty good. But I didn't like mid 80s Kiss sounding like Def Leppard, sounding like Poison. A lot of those songs on those albums sounded like Bon Jovi. They were trying to sound like Bon Jovi. Paul was really stretching his vocals and hitting that ceiling with his notes that I don't really care for him to do. But yeah, Hooligan and Jay says Hooligan and Baby Driver are actually my two favorite Peter songs. I like Hooligan and Baby. I don't think Peter has a song outside of his solo album that I don't like. There's a couple songs on his solo album, maybe 3 or 4, that I'm not super big fans of, but there's some songs on his solo album I absolutely love. Like I love Easy Thing. I love I Can't Stop the Rain. I love, what's the other song? I love Don't You Let Me Down, even though it sounds like On the Boardwalk when it first starts up. I like You Matter to Me, but I'm not a big fan of the chorus. And I'm not a big fan of that keyboard. I'm not a big fan of that. Let's see. Trevor, what's your favorite band? I know it's not Kiss. I forgot the name. Yeah, Kiss is probably my second favorite band, and it's nestled right up behind my all-time favorite band. My all-time favorite band is Type O Negative. They're a band that nobody knows, and the people that do know them, they have heard of them, they don't like them, but it's just, it's just what I like, and their music really means a lot to me, and, so they're my number one favorite band. Kiss is my oldest favorite band. I've liked Kiss since I was 7. Let's see. Messages held for review. Oh, let's see. Early Kiss rocked. Creatures and Lick It Up are kick-ass albums. Early Kiss did rock. I was thinking about something today. I was going to talk about this. When the 70s Kiss, it can kind of be broken up into 2 eras. It can be the first 3 albums and Alive, because I've been on an Alive kick. I've been listening to Alive a lot since it turned 40. How old was it? How old was Alive this past 44 or however old it was? I think it's 44. But it turned. I think it turned 44 if I'm not mistaken. But when you get from the first 3 Kiss albums to Alive, and then you get from Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun to Alive 2, those first 3 albums they're darker, they're more dangerous. They had subject matter of, anal sex, and they had subject matter that was not very kid friendly. It was Kiss, when Kiss was being shocking, not only in their appearance and their stage show, that got more and more calculated as they went, but it was Kiss when they were darker and dangerous. And if Kiss ever were Satan worshipers, which I don't believe they ever were, but if they were going to be Satan worshipers, they would have been Satan worshipers during the first early part of their career. Those first 4 albums, the first 3 studio albums, and then the live album, the Alive album. After the Alive album, something changed. It's like they became a machine, and even though Destroyer, I love Destroyer, Detroit Rock City is my favorite Kiss song of all time. I've said that many times before. But Destroyer is not my favorite album of the 3. My favorite album of the 3 is actually, I think, Love Gun. If I've kind of, if I have the opportunity to pick up Love Gun or pick up Rock and Roll Over, man, that's tough. But I'll usually pick up Love Gun just because I love Shock Me so much. And there's a lot of stuff on Love Gun that I like. The only song on Love Gun I don't really care for is Then She Kissed Me. It just blows. But those second three albums and Alive 2, not as dangerous, not as dark, not as, I don't know. And that's just something I was thinking about while I was driving around this week, listening to Alive and just listening to how, it's don't have the best sound. It's, don't really have a whole lot of bottom end, and it seems like you got to turn it up loud as hell. I mean, usually modern stuff in my car, I have to listen to it around anywhere between 10 to 12 is where I like to listen to it. I was having to turn Alive up to like my car stereo goes up to 40. So just to give you a relation there, normal music I listen to around 10 to 15. But I was having to turn Alive like up to 25, 30, 33, 35 just to get some good sound out of the speakers. And I, actually adjusted, the EQ to try to bring the bass up a little bit because it's very tinny. Although I was listening to it streaming, and that has a lot to do with it, it's still, even compared with other Kiss albums. Let's see. Trevor, my top three favorite Kiss album, top three favorite bands are Alice Cooper, Motley Crue, and Kiss. I'm a big fan of all those. I love Alice Cooper. I've not followed him very closely, but what I've heard of him, I love. Motley Crue, I've loved everything that they've done up through, God, I can't remember what album came when, but definitely all the way up through Dr. Feelgood, Generation Swine. I've liked a lot of their stuff. I'm more of a fan of their earlier stuff, like Too Fast for Love, Shout at the Devil. Theater of Pain was okay. Girls, Girls, Girls was better. But Dr. Feelgood was just, even though it was overproduced and Bob Rock worked his magic on it that he does for everybody, that he did for Metallica and he does for everybody, the drums on that album sound amazing and the songwriting on that album sounds amazing. So they did a really good job. Dark Light, I've been listening to Alive for the past month. Yeah, I've been listening to Alive, and now it's time for me. I've been listening to Alive in my car, and then when I get to work, I've been listening to the solo albums. And it's funny how I play the solo albums. The way I've got the solo albums, let me see. I don't know if you can see the solo albums behind me very well. You should be able to. But I listen to them in almost I noticed it subconsciously. It's the order I listen to them in. I listen to Ace's first, and then I listen to Paul's, and then I listen to Gene's, and then I listen to Peter's. And when I listen to them, that's what I do. It's like I listen to Ace's, and then I listen to Paul's and Gene's and Peter's. And so that's just what I do. Let's see. AC/DC, Jay says AC/DC would be my top band of all time. Kiss is a second close. The Pure Energy AC/DC is second to none. But the Theatrics of Kiss is almost also second to none. I love AC/DC, and I'm in the Bon Scott camp on AC/DC. I like the older stuff, but now I do really love Back in Black. For Those About to Rock is good too. I listened to both of those when I was a real young kid, 13, 14 years old. And, I think AC/DC is awesome. See. Trevor says, I got patches on my old blue jeans. They they used to be new. They used to be clean. Yeah, that is right. That's right, Trevor. So I was wanting to ask you guys, has any of y'all that's watching, I see there's 9 of you, and I see a couple commenting, I don't know who all is watching, but has any of y'all actually seen Kiss. Uh, have you seen them live before? And have you seen them on this tour, on the current End of the Road tour? Have you seen them on that tour? And if you haven't, what other tours have you seen them on? That is really good. It is chocolatey. So Trevor says, I seen him on the Love Gun tour. My dad kicked my ass because I wasn't supposed to go. Wow, you seen them before I did. I didn't see them until the Dynasty tour. They actually weren't touring when, well, they probably did go on the Alive 2 tour, but I was a little too young. My mom wouldn't have took me at 8 to go see Kiss. They didn't tour for the solo albums, and they toured for Dynasty, though. So, Jay, you saw them in Raleigh. That's cool. That's about 4 hours from my house. Darklight, Kiss, Beatles, Led Zepp. I love the Beatles. I listen to the Beatles channel. I have Sirius in my car, and I listen to the Beatles channel so much. The Beatles, they have a very polarized view by people. They either love the Beatles or they can't stand the Beatles. And I think the people that can't stand the Beatles, they just don't get them. They don't get, they don't get it. And it's a shame because the Beatles they were geniuses. I mean, Sgt. Pepper's was an amazing album. Abbey Road was an amazing album. Those are my two favorite albums by the Beatles. But I liked other albums like Rubber Soul, and I don't like a lot of the earlier stuff. I like the stuff that they progressed into in the '60s, in the late '60s. Man, there's another. I tell you what, I wish y'all could see what I see on my screen. The whole time I'm talking to you guys, I get these YouTube comments popping up. People just attacking me for my Paul Stanley lip sync videos. They can't stand me. Wow, Jay, you've seen them 11 times. That's cool. I think I counted the other day, and I think I've seen them around 11 or 12 times. But I've not seen them on the End of the Road tour, and I'm not going to see them on the End of the Road tour because I just finally made the decision. I was going just basically to take my son, and then my son was in an accident and was sore. He was okay, but he was just real sore and said he probably wouldn't feel like standing and going through the whole thing. So I didn't go. And I don't have no plans of going. Even if they come back through here, which I don't even know if they're going to come back through here. I know they're starting a third leg. This is the third leg because they did the U.S. and they went overseas. And now they've come back to the U.S. And I don't even know if they're going to come through here again. But I'm not going to go see them. I got a lot of people saying, like Trevor just said, you should go because it was the last time and it was magical, and and I'm not one for goodbyes, and if it's the last time, it's okay, because it's just okay. I mean, I think the stage show and the pyro and the tech and everything is all great. But I've just seen enough on YouTube to decide that I didn't want to go. I mean, they don't really move around a whole lot. Paul just doesn't sound the way he used to. And everybody always calls me a Paul hater when I say that. But I love Paul. I love him. I think, Paul is just amazing. He's the most talented guy in Kiss. He used to be a great singer. He's the best songwriter in Kiss. He wrote some of the most complicated and some of the most amazing songs. But everybody has their Kiss, and I've embraced all eras of Kiss, but all of them have paled in comparison to the original Kiss to me. The only Kiss to me that ever came close was the era of Bruce Kulick and Eric Carr was okay, but that's when they were getting into that era that I just didn't like, and that was not on Bruce or Eric, that was on Paul. It was on Paul for doing what he was doing and collaborating with who he was collaborating with, and it was on Gene for not putting into the band, off chasing something else. So I blame that era on the two of them. I don't blame it on Bruce or Eric. They had a lot of missed opportunities with Eric. Why didn't they let Eric sing more songs on records? Why didn't they let Bruce sing more? I don't think Eric never led a song, an actual album. I know that he sang, a lot of Peter's parts, and he sang Young and Wasted when they performed it live. But they never let Eric sing, and Eric had a great voice. He ended up doing backup vocals on God Gave Rock and Roll to You. They never let Bruce really fully play to his potential or sing until Carnival of Souls. And Bruce Kulick kicked ass on Carnival of Souls. Some of the best guitar work that's ever been done on a Kiss album is done on Carnival of Souls. Some of the best solos that will rival Ace's solos. Ace just has a different style. So I love Ace's swagger, that drunken swagger and everything, and Bruce for his technicality. And then Bruce sang the song I Walk Alone at the end of Carnival of Souls, which I happen to love. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. But the era, if I can't have the 70s Kiss, my second favorite era is the band that put out Revenge and put out Carnival of Souls, and that would be Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick and Gene and Paul, because those two albums to me kicked ass. Revenge and Carnival of Souls are two of my favorite Kiss albums. Let's see. Jay being born in 72, I didn't get to see the heyday, but I did see the reunion tour and the farewell numerous times. I saw the reunion tour, the farewell tour. I think I saw the reunion tour twice. I think I saw the farewell tour once. Let's see. Eric says I love the Beatles, although original Paul was replaced. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to argue with that on that theory because I'm not an expert enough to know. I've always heard that. I've actually always heard that Gene, the Gene that was in the early 70s is not the Gene now. That, I've heard that theory too. If you look at Gene on some of the very first album and some of the earliest footage, but that was when you only saw him with makeup. And now when you see the old pictures of Gene without makeup on that you see all over, when you see all the old video and all the old footage and photos that comes out now, it's Gene. You can't deny it. See. I saw the Revenge tour, to my dismiss, and the Hot in the Shade tour. The Hot in the Shade tour, I saw the Hot in the Shade tour, and I actually enjoyed it. It was really good. I liked the Sphinx, whatever the hell they named it. I love the Revenge tour with the Statue of Liberty that fell apart at the end and gave the middle finger and turned into a skeleton. I really liked that. The Revenge tour was so awesome. I didn't go to see. Let's see. Let me go ahead and do it. Let's see. I saw Dynasty, and I didn't see Unmasked because I didn't live in Australia, and they didn't tour for the Elder. They just did promo. I saw Creatures. It was in a half sold out auditorium. They had a curtain that cut off half the auditorium. Creatures was, if they would have took the makeup off for Creatures, I think it would have done better. People were just tired of the makeup at the time. It's not now. People demand it. It's weird, and you have people like me in the camp that wish they'd take it back off, or at least not wear it all the time. Put it on every once in a while, but not all the time. But I saw Creatures, I saw Lick It Up, I saw Animalize, I saw Asylum. I think I saw the Animalize tour twice. Either Animalize or Lick It Up I saw 2 times. I saw Asylum 1 time. And Asylum is the last time I saw them until I saw them for Hot in the Shade. Because I didn't go to Crazy Nights. I wasn't interested in Crazy Nights. I wanted to have nothing to do with it. And I've told this story before, that Hot in the Shade, I was still kind of checked out on Kiss, and a friend of mine called me up and said, I've got tickets. Do you want to go to the show? And I'm like, sure. I ain't got nothing to do. I mean, I still was a Kiss fan, but I was really checked out. I still listened to their old stuff, and the stuff they were doing at the time, I was really checked out because I was listening to Guns N' Roses and everybody else that was popular during that time, mainly Guns N' Roses, because Appetite for Destruction just fucking floored me. So I had to listen to. I was like, "What's the name of this album?" And then they're like, "Hot in the Shade." I'm like, "I've never even heard it." So I listened to Hot in the Shade on the way to the show. We drove to Charlotte Coliseum. It's about an hour away from my house at the time. And I listened to Hot in the Shade on the way to the show. And I loved it. I mean, I loved the show because I just liked the theatrics of it. And it was cool seeing Kiss without makeup, but they still was in that weird phase. Now, the Revenge Kiss, Gene with his goatee, Paul with his little bit of stubble, and I know some people hated it, and Eric with his blonde hair, and Bruce just not looking ridiculous, and all the flamboyant colors and everything that they used to wear. And I just think that they looked so good. They looked like a legitimate rock and roll, hard rock, heavy metal, if you want to. I've never really considered Kiss heavy metal, but they looked legit. And my son, who is 24, 24. Yeah, 24. He's 24. He's almost going to be 25 in January. I'm sorry, I got 5 kids. It's hard to keep up with all the ages. But some of the albums that Kiss fans hate, he thinks is like legit. Like, he freaking loved The Elder. He loves it. He loved Revenge. He loved Carnival of Souls. He's like, they could put out Carnival of Souls today and it would be relevant. It's just as good as anything that's on the radio right now. The Kiss fans turn their nose up to it because it sounds too much like grunge, and I'm just like, fuck that, Yeah, so what that the producer for Alice in Chains produced it, which I also love Alice in Chains, which is probably why I like Carnival of Souls, because to me Carnival of Souls kicks ass. I'll argue to the day I die that Carnival of Souls is one of the top 5 Kiss albums that they've ever made. And I'll take that to my grave arguing about that. Because I honestly believe Carnival of Souls is that good. The musicianship, how tight they are. The producing, some people say, well, the songs don't sound finished. Or the songs sound either overproduced or underproduced or whatever. That's just kind of how that sound was. And I agree, there are some songs on there that don't sound finished, but the songs that are on there that kick ass, they kick your ass. They're really good. So let me get on to back up here on some of the chatting. I mean, you know me, guys. I'll get long-winded. And Eric Carr's "Eyes of Love" off the Rockology CD should have been on "Hot in the Shade." That was a kick-ass song. I totally agree. On "Hot in the Shade," they played a bunch of 70s Kiss. They did. That was awesome, too. Jay says, I thought Revenge was an amazing show. I really enjoyed that one. Trevor says, 80s, I was only Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, and the God himself, Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, Twisted Sister, Ozzy Osbourne, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, all the bands, Dokken, all the bands that was out during that time, LA Guns, all the bands I'm going to be talking about during my 80s things. I can't remember what's the next one I'm doing. Let me give you guys a little tidbit. Since you guys are here, you get a little tidbit. Let me pull up my 80s videos and find out what the next one is. Let's see. So I did Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. Oh, let's see. Motley Crue came out in, Shout the Devil came out in September of 83. So in my next video, we're going to be moving forward to March of 1984 for Rats Out of the Cellar. And I freaking love Out of the Cellar. One of the best albums Rat made was Out of the Cellar. So I'll be moving on to Out of the Cellar. That'll be coming up soon, probably in the next 2 weeks. So guys, be watching out for that. Let's see. Crazy Nights was definitely Kiss's worst album. George, I agree. A lot of people like Crazy Nights and everything, and I think the people that do like Crazy Nights are the people that maybe became Kiss fans during that era. But I know that Kiss's show attendance was at an all-time low. Their album sales was at an all-time low. They put out a hell of amount of singles trying to support that album, and it just didn't work. And to me, I think that it probably is their worst album. I mean, I think I scored it very, very low on my ratings. I think it scored very low. There's only maybe 1 or 2 songs on there that I really even care for. Hold on a second. Let me pull out Crazy Nights here. Let's see. Let's see. Go on back. On back some more. There's Asylum. Crazy Nights. I have it on vinyl, guys. I want you to see this. I've never owned this album. I bought this album to review it. And when I bought it, I got it online and it came in sealed. And it is still sealed. Because I have no desire to open it. Zero. Zero desire to open this album. Crazy Crazy Nights. I'd fight hell to hold you. Hate it. Bang Bang You. No, no, no. I actually like No, No, No. That is a badass song. Hell or High Water. My Way. Fucking hate that song. When Your Walls Come Down. I know a lot of people like that song. Nope, I don't like it. Reason to Live is a good song. I like Reason to Live. Good Girl Gone Bad. Nope. Turn on the Night. I know a lot of people love that. That song should be playing in the. That song should be playing at during a, what do you call it? A movie, a montage for. It sounds like it could have been Ralph Macchio, Karate Kid. He's working out and trying to become the best karate fighter he can, and Turn on the Night's playing in the background. Thief in the Night, horrible. I don't like it. So Ron Nevinson, who I believe produced Bon Jovi, did a lot of Bon Jovi stuff. They just, and what I love about this is, check it out. Gene has his bass, and Bruce has his guitar, and Eric is standing there. He don't have drumsticks. He's just standing there. And then Paul's got on those ripped up jeans and not even holding the guitar, because if you remember in some of the videos, he wasn't even playing a guitar during this time. And I think in some of the Hot in the Shade stuff, he didn't play a guitar. So, like I said, this album's sealed and it'll remain sealed. I have no desire to open it. I just own it because it's part of my collection. So, that's enough about that's all I got to say about that. Let's see. Message held for review from Jay. Let's see what Jay says. Trevor is right. Lick It Up was the last truly good Kiss album. Oh, wait a minute. I got to jump back up because I got all kinds of stuff. I think whenever y'all cuss, it does it. Let's see. I'm trying to get caught up here, guys. I'm sorry. Damn right, Brent. The Revenge look was great. I agree, Jay. I agree with you 100%, Brent. Carnival of Souls rules. It's one of their best albums. Thanks, George. I'm glad somebody. Okay, I'm going to be honest. The last great Kiss album, in my opinion, was Lick It Up. Okay, I mean, like I said, that's your opinion. I think I really like Lick It Up. Well, hell, let me pull the album out. Let's see what song's on that I like. Let's see here. Is that Lick It Up? Yes, that's Lick It Up. Lick It Up. I think they missed an opportunity here. I think what they should have done is they should have had the makeup on the front, on the inside, on the outside cover. They should have had makeup on, and then whenever you pulled out the inner sleeve, it was the same exact pose and them in their costumes, but with no makeup. But you know, I think they missed an opportunity. Exciter, I really like. Not for the Innocent is awesome. Gene kicks ass on this album. Not for the Innocent is awesome. Lick It Up is one of those songs that I'm so tired of it can go away. I mean, it's a good song, but I'm just tired of it. Young and Wasted kicks ass. It kicked ass when Gene sang it. It kicked ass when Eric sang it. Give Me More is a great song. I just don't like at the end when Paul's going, give me more, give me more. That gets Paul, when he does shit like that, it gets on my nerves. All Hell's Breaking Loose kicks ass. One of the best Kiss songs. 1,000,000 to 1 kicks ass. One of my top 5 favorite Paul songs. Fits Like a Glove is amazing. Fits Like a Glove is one of my favorite Gene songs. Dance All Over Your Face, I don't care for. Some people really like it. And On the Eighth Day, I don't care for it. Some people really like it. So, yeah, I'd say Lick It Up is really good. I mean, thanks to Vinnie Vincent, it's really good. But I think there was some good Kiss albums after. Maybe not as good as Lick It Up, but there were some good Kiss albums after. Let's see. Message retracted. Robert, don't retract messages, man. Trevor's right. Lick It Up was the last truly great Kiss album. Song for song, it kicks ass. Some songs on it to me do. That's a lie. I love Monster. I hate the Scabs, but that was one hell of an album. Monster and Sonic Boom. If they would have took some tracks off of each one of those albums and put it together and just made one album, they could have made a Kiss-Gas album. But there is just too much bad songs on either album for me to, but I think I actually like Sonic Boom more than I do Monster. I think I scored Sonic Boom a little higher. Let's see. Judas Priest was my main band in the 80s. The only Judas Priest I ever really got into was the Screaming for Vengeance album. I used to have it, and I think did Screaming for Vengeance have another thing coming on it? I'm not sure. But when they put out like Turbo Lover and stuff like that, I wasn't really, I think Gene Paul, Ace, Eric Singer sounded great in concert. I think that they did too. Let's see. Say what you say about Vinny, but he kicked ass on Lick It Up. I agree, Jay. Let's see. Eric says, I hope I can get around as good when I'm their age. I do too. I'm 50, but I've still got a while to go. Demetrios K. Hey, man. How's it going? Trevor, don't take me wrong. I love Asylum and Animalize. Animalize and Asylum is not as good. No, they're not. Animalize and Asylum is not as good as Lick It Up. I'll agree to that with you. They've got good songs on it, but it's not as good as Lick It Up. Vinnie Vincent is a douche. Yeah, he is. He is. But he can write a good song. Animalize. Asylum is a very good album. I agree. Asylum is probably... Oh, I know what we can do. I saw Ralph doing this, and you just talked about Ralph Vieira on Almost Human. I'm going to steal something of his. He's been putting two albums up against each other, track for track. Man, that Thunder's getting bad again. I'm gonna put Animalize and Asylum against each other. Okay, let's do that. Track for track. And let's see. So let me pull the vinyl out to make sure that I'm doing it right. Man, I'm going to have, end of the night, I'm going to have all my damn albums out. I'm going to be like, what the hell? It's going to take me an hour to put all my albums up. Okay. So let's side A this thing. Side A to side 1. Alright, so Animalize, the top number 1 track is, track 1 is I've Had Enough, Into the Fire, and Asylum is King of the Mountain. I have to give I've Had Enough the winner on that one. Somebody keep score. Animalize, let's see, on Animalize, track 2 is Heaven's on Fire. On track 2, on Asylum, is Any Way You Slice It. Ooh. Man. I love Heaven's on Fire, but it's kind of like Lick It Up for me. It's kind of played out a little bit. And some people, they hate Any Way You Slice It. I love Any Way You Slice It. So Any Way You Slice It wins for me on that one. So that's what, 1-1? Somebody keeping score? We got a statistician in the house. All right, Jay. See you, man. See you on the flippity flip. See you next time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. Let's see. Track 3 on Animalize, Burn Bitch Burn. And track 3 on Asylum, Who Wants to Be Lonely. Ugh, man. I got to give it to Animalize. I got to give it to Burn Bitch Burn. I love Burn Bitch Burn. I love Who Wants to Be Lonely too. Let's see. Any Way You Slice It is underrated, Demetrios. Let's see. Number 5 on Animalize, Gotta Get All You Can Take. And number 4 on Animalize, Get All You Can Take. Number 4 on Asylum, Trial by Fire. I hate Trial by Fire. I think it's a lame, dull, so trial by fire, I'm gonna live my life. Oh yeah, it's boring to me. So yeah, so that goes to Get All You Can Take. And who's keeping score for me? I'm losing track. Lonely as the Hunter is on Animalize, track 5, and I'm Alive is track 5 on Asylum. I hate Lonely as the Hunter, so Asylum wins that track. So for the first track, man, what is that? Is that 3-2? Let's see. I like Any Way You Slice It, and I like I'm Alive. So I think that's 3-2. Y'all supposed to be helping me out. Okay, let's flip the vinyl. Yes, they are. They're not going to keep on humming. I mean, God, yeah, he gets up in there, man, the same way he does on My Way. You know, I mean, come on down, Paul. But I do like that background vocal. What fucking difference does it make? It's like, oh wait, Kiss said fuck. Kiss is being cool, like all these other bands that's been saying fuck for a few years now. Oh, okay. It's like, you know, sometimes they're a day late and a dollar short, man. I love them. I love them. I love them. Love's a Deadly Weapon is awesome. Love's a deadly weapon and murder's on my mind. Okay, George, you're getting ahead of me. All right, so that's the first track on side 2 on Animalize is Under the Gun and Love's a Deadly Weapon. Under the Gun, man. Robert Jean did not play an album, did not play bass on a lot of stuff in the 80s, you know, and he did not play bass, a lot of bass on his own solo album. He opted to play acoustic and rhythm guitar. So yeah. God, guys, Under the Gun or Love's a Deadly Weapon. It's got to go Love's a Deadly Weapon. Is anybody keeping score? Do I have is anybody? Because I'm going to have to go back and count again. Let's see. Track 2, Thrills in the Night, Tears Are Falling. Oh, man. Probably Tears Are Falling because Thrills in the Night is good until you get to that chorus. And then it just becomes that thrills in the night, far from passion, it just kind of drudges a little bit. So Tears Are Falling wins that. Man, that's 2 for Asylum on this side. Track 3, While the City Sleeps on Animalize against Secretly Cruel. Can I pick none? Can I pick neither? Can it be a tie that they both suck? Man. Okay, so if I gotta choose, probably it would be While the City Sleeps, because I like that when they going into the pre-chorus. They go that da-na-na, take what you can get, ba-na-na. I do like that. Track 4, Murder and... Oh, there's only 4 tracks on this side. Well, I shouldn't be able to put these up against each other because there's only 4 tracks on Animalize. They shit us a track. Murder in High Heels sucks. Radar for Love is good. And All Night is good. Like I said, man, some people like While the City Sleeps. You know, I think that Animalize, it just kind of, it's not consistently good. So, and I'll put these up later. It's not consistently good. I need to ask Ralph if he minds if I rip him off. I'm sorry, guys. I had a cold. My allergies. My nose is itching like hell. But I need to ask Ralph if he minds if I rip him off, because that's actually fun trying to figure out which one is your favorite track, and kind of puts you in a position to go, I love them both, or I hate them both. Love's a Deadly Weapon is awesome. Eric says Love's a Deadly Weapon was my favorite song to play drums when I was 16. So we got fellow drummer Eric. Man, yes, Love's a Deadly Weapon was awesome to play. Gene did not play bass on some of Animalize, right? Ace played a lot of bass in the 70s too. He did, especially on his own songs. A lot of times he played everything on his own songs, but he played a lot of bass in the 70s. Tears Are Falling is my favorite on Asylum from Demetrios. While the City Sleeps is awesome, and George says I love While the City Sleeps. Like I said, it's a good song. It's my favorite of those. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do. Y'all like me doing the track events track? I'll have to ask Ralph and see if it's okay for me to borrow his idea. I'm sure he's not the first person to do a track by track, but me and him, we kind of support each other, and he's the actual guy that got me into doing this. I saw him on YouTube one day, saw one of his reviews, and then just started binging his stuff, and liked it. So I started doing videos, and lost my train of thought because I'm paranoid that I'm going to lose power. That's what took me so long to get the stream started, was I kept losing power. I have an original Animalized tour book. Those are awesome because it's got the claw ripping through the hands with the nails ripping through the back, the picture of it at least. And I remember, does anybody have the Asylum tour book? It was fucking huge. It was huge. And the pictures in it was so close. There's one picture in there you can see the pores in Eric Carr's nose. It's so up close. Just checking my messages here. It's on the back cover of the tour book. Yeah. Let's see. I read somewhere that one day Ace and Peter were messing around and Ace was playing drums and they used it on one of the songs. I think I've heard that story too. Off Psycho Circus. It might have been, Trevor. I'm not sure. I remember something about Ace and Peter. God, my nose is itching. About Ace and Peter messing around about something. But anyway. Can be hard to get a stream started sometimes at our age, Brent. I hear you. I hear you, Eric. Cheers to that. Close-up pics are cool. They are. Oh, the song on Psycho Circus. Okay. All the pics in it are from the Heavens on Fire video. You want to say it was within? I don't know. I have to look that up because I'm not sure, because I know Within was a Gene song. And it's one that it's Gene wrote in his style that he writes, where he takes several different songs that he's already written and he kind of stitches them all together and borrows things from other songs, and he just kind of does that. So anyway, I'm going to finish this beer and then I'll probably cut the stream because I probably will have to go piss at that point in time. So if anybody has any questions, anything about the channel, anything about what's coming up, or if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer. You've got me here at your mercy to answer anything you want. I've kind of talked about what I want to talk about and just wanted to hang out with you guys. So if you have any questions, just pop them down in there and I'll do my best to answer. I should do my favorite song off each Kiss album. That's been an idea. Am I going to do a review on Blizzard of Oz from Ozzy? I may go back and do it. The reason why I skipped it in my 80s review was I did not hear Blizzard until after I'd heard Diary of a Madman. The first Ozzy album I ever heard was Diary of a Madman, and then after some time before what was the album after? I mean, I know he had the Speak of the Devil, and then he had the Speak of the Devil, and then it was Tribute, wasn't it? And then what was the first album he did? Was it Ultimate Sin, or was it Bark at the Moon? It was Bark at the Moon. So in between hearing the first, trying to get my thoughts straight here, between hearing Diary of a Madman and hearing Bark at the Moon, I heard Blizzard of Oz in there somewhere. So I probably will, just because you want me to. If you want me to, if you're interested in what I think about it, I do have a thought. I'll be glad to throw it in as a bonus. And I am planning on doing something like like my Kiss, my all-time favorite Kiss album. Like if I could create an album with one song off of each album, what would that album look like? I am planning on doing that. I've got another video coming up, some videos coming up with Rick from It's All For You Demon. So if you've never heard of Rick, I know some of you have. If you've never heard of him or seen his channel, It's All For You Demon on YouTube. You definitely need to check him out. He's done some videos with me, and we're going to be actually doing some more. I did a video with him where he interviewed me about being a young kid growing up in '78, and so we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff together. Let's see. Have I met anyone from KISS? No, I haven't. And I came close to meeting KISS. Probably the closest I came to meeting them was on the Asylum tour. I had the opportunity to wait backstage. I had backstage passes. I had won press passes and backstage passes. And I wasn't driving at the time, and I had to have somebody bring me, and I won 2 tickets, so I had somebody bring me, and he had to work the next day. So we went down and waited. After the concert was over, he was ready to go. And so we went down, and I begged him, let's go down. We got backstage passes. We went backstage, and we were in an area waiting to see KISS, and we were waiting and waiting and waiting, and he was finally like, dude, either you come with me or you're going to have to find another way home. And so I decided to go with him because I didn't want to ride, didn't want to have to get a ride home an hour and a half away from home. So, but that's probably the closest I came to meeting them. Do I like Cheap Trick? Yes, I do. I've never owned any of their albums, but the songs I have heard from them, and probably it's the songs that we've all heard, is I do like. See, It's a Fake Factory retracted a message. Put the message back up there. I don't like when people retract messages. I want to read them. Rick's one of the best YouTubers. He is. He's just a genuinely straight up awesome guy. Let's see. Trevor's met Eric, and he said it's a wild story. I'd like to hear that story. Went to see Van Halen in '92, and whoever was opening them, I met Van Halen. And after opening the band, Eddie seen my shirt and pulled me into his room, and I was sitting there was Gene Simmons. Oh, that's cool. I was fortunate to have met Eric twice, 1 year apart. He was down to earth and funny. He remembered me because I'd asked so many questions. I've always heard that about Eric. That Eric was just a really nice, down-to-earth guy. Am I planning on getting a better turntable and stereo? What? You don't like my Crosley back here? No, I am going to. As a matter of fact, I need a new needle for this one. And before I go out to get a needle, I've decided that I'm going to just go to some thrift stores and find a turntable, find an amplifier. I don't need speakers because I've got Bose speakers, so my Bose speakers will kick ass. But yeah, I am planning on getting that in the future. And when I probably do, I am. Somebody asked me the other day if I was going to be doing any more record store videos or shopping videos, and I am. They liked my going home video where I went back to where I grew up and all the places I was at when I was a kid from ages 7 to around 13 or 12 or 13 years old. They really liked that, and so I am planning on going back out on the road and doing record shopping. I do a lot of that stuff in the fall and in the winter. During the summer, I'm just too busy and got too much stuff going on, vacations and whatnot, and work. I work a lot of hours during the summer, and in the fall and winter, it kind of slows down a little bit. So I am going to be doing some more record shopping and just shopping videos in general. And I'll probably make a video where I go to the thrift stores. So, am I going to review Vinnie Vincent Invasion? Yes. I am going to review Vinnie Vincent Invasion. I do plan on, it's in my 80s videos, and I do plan on reviewing it. Eddie had me wait till the end because there was like 10 people in back of me. A YouTuber named Vinyl Eyes has a video about how Crosley's destroys your records. Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't play my actual albums that much. I don't play these very often. I'm not going to say that they're just for view. They're just for show, because they're not. But in some ways they are, because a lot of them are still sealed. Like I have some originals that are still sealed. I have some 180 grams that are still sealed. And a lot of my new ones, my new reissues, they're all still sealed. Because honestly, I don't listen to records that often. I am too much on the go, and when I'm in here in this room, I'm making videos for you guys. So I don't get to listen to records very often. So some of these records that I own have never even been on this turntable. Not very many of them at all. So the Crosley's not destroying any of my Kiss albums, and it's not destroying any of my new albums. So, but I do plan on getting a better turntable and a better stereo. But I've heard that about Crosley's, that they suck, and the needle on that one sucked. And like I said, it's I was playing I reviewed an indie album by a band called Criminal Hygiene, a indie record label called Danger Bird. Sent me a bunch of records for me to review, positive or negative. They just wanted an honest review. And so I've done 2 of them so far. I've got 2 more to do. And they sent me one album that had a song called Greeting from a Postcard, and it was on a postcard. And I was playing it on that, and it tore the needle up, or the needle. I don't think the thing tore it up. I just think it was just that cheap. But yeah, most of the time I use this thing to actually listen to CDs, because it plays CDs here, and on the other side back over there it plays tapes. But the tapes sound like shit. Even on going through my Bose, they sound like shit. So have you heard that Ralph changed his channel to all bands? Yeah, well, and that's the thing, is Ralph's kind of like me. Everybody's like, oh, you're a huge Kiss fan. You're a huge Kiss fan. He's a huge Kiss fan, but Kiss is not his favorite band. I think his favorite band is actually Cheap Trick, maybe. I don't want to speak for him, but I think I've heard him say that his favorite band is Cheap Trick. So, anyway. Just want to thank you, Brant, for all your content. Don't comment on every video, but I enjoy them all. So appreciative of you and Rick. Darklight, I thank you for watching. And when I see you guys' comments, I try to catch the comments. I usually am good catching the comments early rather than later. And I do try to go back, unless I'm just getting a god-awful amount of comments like my lip-syncing ones usually get. I usually try to comment, especially when I see some of you guys, the guys that's either been here since the beginning, or the guys that are constantly here, that I see all the time supportive. I mean, I see Demetrius, Darklight, George, I see Jay, I see you guys all the time. So I do try to make sure that I, answer you guys' comments, or at least give you a thumbs up or whatever. Somebody asked me earlier, I saw the question go up, and I don't know if it got recalled or... I think it got recalled, but somebody asked me, I thought I saw go up through there, if I was planning on doing any more lip syncing videos and doing like a more in-depth analysis. And I don't know if I am or not. Yeah, they get a lot of views, and that generates money, and they get a lot of comments. They get a lot of hate comments. I get told to get a life. And I have a life. I have a very busy life, as a matter of fact. I mean, I go from about 6 in the morning, and if I'm making videos, on a night that I am not editing or shooting videos, I get into bed about 11. And if I'm editing or shooting videos, I'm getting into bed about 12 or 1 in the morning. on those nights, which is usually 2 or 3 nights a week. I've been cutting back during the summer because I've just been busy. That's why y'all have seen the videos slow down a little bit. And what I'll generally do is I'll take a Saturday, if I have a Saturday, like if my wife's gone or whatever. I will, and I am actually married, and this is in the basement. I always get that, get a wife, get a life, and I'm like, okay, I have both. But somebody said get a girlfriend, and I'm like, well, I got one of those too, but I was kidding. My wife's like, you shouldn't say that. So, but I go all the time, guys, and like I said, I'm not trying to, guilt or anything, but whenever I put into this channel, it takes something for me to put into it. So, but I do it because I enjoy it, and I enjoy interacting with you guys, and I enjoy making videos for you guys, and, and I can tell you that one of the biggest complaints I get is my videos are too long. People always say they're too long. They always say they're too long. You're going to see the videos get shorter. I've decided that now that I've kind of gotten a lot of the album reviews out of the way of Kiss, going into the album reviews for the solo albums, post-Kiss solo albums, and the 80s albums I'm going to be reviewing, and some other stuff I'm going to be reviewing, you're going to see videos about half the length or a third of the length, just because I'm just going to start making them shorter. And that's one of my biggest complaints is my videos are too long. So I'm going to start making them shorter. So, well, who's my favorite guitarist of all time? Ace Frehley, hands down, is my favorite guitarist of all time. But other guitarists I do like is I like Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's an amazing guitarist, was an amazing guitarist. I like Tracy Guns from LA Guns is really good. Bruce Kulick is good. Let's see. God, I'm probably forgetting somebody. I mean, there's a lot of guitarists in a bunch of different genres. Like, I know a lot of you probably aren't big country fans, but Brad Paisley is an amazing songwriter and an amazing guitarist. And I'm not the biggest country fan, but I do appreciate talent. And I know talent when I see it, and that guy's talented. But Ace Frehley is, when I think guitarist, I think Ace Frehley. Is he the best? No, he's not the best. But he's ingrained in me, man. He's just so deeply ingrained. George says he was upset with Ralph for going on 3 Turds of the Coin podcast after he badmouthed them. Yeah, and I tell you what right now, for them guys, if they ever wanted me on their show, they would have to pay me to come on their show. I think Ralph might have done it for publicity, or he might have done it for views. I don't think he did it for popular opinion. And I don't think Ralph really gives a fuck what we think. That's just him. But I think he upset a lot of people, and I think that I think he was going on there to prove something, and he kind of, I'm not saying that he fanboyed, because he didn't fanboy, but I think it was just all fun and games, and it was, those guys, I don't think they took him seriously, and, I hate those guys, but those guys, they want to be hated. They're controversial on purpose. And they love being talked about. Like right now, if Michael Brandvoid or whatever his name is knew we was talking about him, he'd have a stiffy. He'd have a heart on, because he loves to be talked about, because he took the Motley Crue approach. Say good about us, say bad about us, just spell our name right and print a picture. They didn't give a fuck. If you were talking about them, you were talking about them. And that's how Three Sides is. And it's a gimmick. It's a stick. And I don't watch them. I didn't even watch the episode that Ralph was in on it. I started it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to give these fuckers watch time. I've already given them a view. I'm not going to give them watch time, too. I'm not going to put more money in their pocket, because that's how you get your money on YouTube, is views and watch time. And I make money, but not a whole lot. Honestly, I make about $25 a month doing this. So if I was making a living doing this, I'd be piss ass poor. But you know, my videos don't get the views and stuff like that that other people's do. But that's okay. It's okay. I take that $25 and I usually go buy something Kiss related or buy a Kiss album, and then I end up talking about it on the show, and you guys benefit from it. So you know, it doesn't cost you guys anything to watch. So you know, I have a Patreon channel where I think I have one subscriber. I used to have two, and I have one subscriber, and it's a female, and she pays me $10 a month, and she gets custom content made for her, and you know, and she gets to request videos like the Bee Gees video that I did. She requested it. She gets the opportunity to do that. She gets the opportunity to request videos and stuff like that. And I think I have tiers, like starts $1 a month, and then $5 a month, and $10 a month. And I think I have one that's like $25 or $30 a month. And if anybody's ever at that level, they would be like, I'd have a monthly giveaway, and I'd give away something. I'd, you know, talk about what I was going to give away, and I'd give away something. But you know, will it ever turn into anything? Will it ever do anything? I don't know. But you know, if you want to check it out, it's patreon.com/inmyhead. You can go over there and check it out. There's custom videos. I do like a 5-minute video a week where it's just behind the scenes. I might be walking around in my backyard, or I might be driving down the road. I might do a behind the scenes video where I pull out something behind me and talk about it for about 5 minutes, and nobody gets to see that but Patreon people. And so right now the only person that's getting to see it is that one person. So anyway, you know, it's something just to try to. I'm not trying to quit my job, because I'm one of those people. I'm lucky enough to love my job, and I love what I do. And I'm one of those people. It's like I'm fortunate to do what I do. So you know, but it is nice to make money that way. I'm not spending my money out of my pocket to go and make more, you know, do more stuff for the channel. So anyway, Demetrius, my favorite guitarist of all time, is a tie between Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads. Yeah, right on. I mean, those are two phenomenal guitarists. There's so many good guitarists out there. I mean, you got to give them credit, because I mean, people you don't think about, like Nuno Bettencourt from White Line. I mean, White Line. I'm actually going to be reviewing their album. Their first album, Pride, is just a freaking phenomenal album. I saw them live in concert. It was a club. They were opening in Charlotte for Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley was on his Rock Soldiers tour for his first album, for Frehley's Comet album, which I have back there. I have a copy back there sealed, and I found it in a record store a few weeks ago, sealed from all this time. Check this out. Sealed from, God, what year is this? 87. Sealed. Into the Night. Includes the single Into the Night. I kind of thought that's funny. It was like, why didn't you put Rock Soldiers? Rock Soldiers. Breakout. Breakout. You know, it was Car Jam. Car Jam, what turned into Breakout. Into the Night. Something Moved. We Got Your Rock. Love Me Right. Calling You Dolls. Strange in a Strange Land. Fractured 2. So yeah, I'll be reviewing this one. It'll probably be coming up, and probably in the month of November. Probably be when this one will come around. Because I still have to do Peter's Out of Control, and I don't think Peter put another album out before Ace put out Frehley's Comet. If he did, I'll do Peter's. I'll do both of Peter's albums, and then I'll do Frehley's Comet. I'll have to look on discography, Kiss discography, and see. But shit, my nose. But yeah, I'll be reviewing that one. What's the name of the acoustic song at the end of your videos called? It's called Looking for Satisfaction, and it's actually by my band, Lydia's Bridge. And if you go online and you look for, I think I did a video of it. I think I did. If you go on and look at my past videos, I think me and my lead guitarist slash vocalist talked about it, and I have a video that a lyric video. But yeah, it is that. It's called Looking for Satisfaction, and you can find it on. You can Google it and find it on Our Stage, and I think there's something else. If you Google it, you'll find it. But it's also on my channel. You can watch it on my channel too. Let's see. I bought it when it came out, Fraley's Comet. I had it when it came out. I had it on cassette. And like I said, I got off on talking about that. I had White Lion, Pride, and Fraley's Comet. Well, I didn't have White Lion. I had not heard White Lion until I went to Charlotte and saw them play. And they White Lion opened for them, and I was just blown away by Mike Tramp and Vito Bratta and the guys and everything. It was just, Nuno Bettencourt was from Extreme. I'm sorry, I spoke wrong earlier. Vito Bratta is from White Lion. Nuno Bettencourt is from Extreme, which is another really good band. Let's see. Peter Criss put out "Let Me Rock." Peter Criss, "Let Me Rock You" came out after "Out of Control," but before Fraley's Comet. Okay. So if I do it that way, it'll be "Out of Control," then "Let Me Rock You," then Fraley's Comet, and then, whatever orders. I'm going to do the solo albums between Ace's solo albums, Peter's solo albums, Gene's album Masshole, and Paul's album Live to Win. I'm going to do them in order. I'm going to do them in the release order that they came out, just like I did the Kiss albums. I have to do my review and edit my review for Kiss Rocks Vegas. And then I'm going to shoot some videos for, there's a couple songs that's not part of the Kiss box set that I want to do. There's a Kiss cover that they did a cover for a Paul McCartney song. And there is the Kiss My Ass album that I want to review. The band's covering Kiss. I want to review that too. And there's a Kiss song that's not on the box set that's from early Kiss that I want to review too. And somebody asked me the other day in a comment am I going to go back and review demos, like demos that actually didn't make it onto albums that are not on the box set. And that is a possibility. It's a possibility I'll do it. I'm not guaranteeing, saying that I will do it, but it is on my my Word document of possible video ideas. It is on there. So, man, I need to get drinking on this. This is going to get too warm to be good. Y'all about to see me chug a beer. I don't know if I can do it. Getting a little too warm. But for those who wasn't here earlier, USDA organic. Like I give a shit. Trying to see what the alcohol content on this is. And it's only 5%. It's not that bad. I drank one in a brewery the other day. It was 9. And, man, about put me on my ass. But yeah, this is Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout. So I don't know where my friend got it, but pretty good. They always buy me stouts, and if it's got the mention of coffee or chocolate or anything like that. They usually buy it for me. Darklight Saw White Line opened up for AC/DC in '90. That's cool. Can't wait to see the Ace Solo reviews. I can't wait to do them. Do I like Live Plus One by Ace? I like to remember me on Live Plus One. Well, I'll talk about it when I get to them. Albums I'm not reviewed yet, I don't like to talk too much about. It takes away some of the mystery. But anyway, God, I got burped now. What time is it? Where's everybody live? I'd like to know that. We got 8 people watching. It is 10:45 my time. It's 10:45 by me. So who is it? How many of you out there like to taste alcohol? I do. Cold gin's good too. The actual gin and the song. Darklight 9:45. So you're central. See Louisville, Kentucky, and Boston. So East Coasters. Washington State, George, and you're what, like it's like what 7 there, 7:45, almost 8. Washington State. I'm gonna come visit Washington State someday, George. There's a lot of places out that way I want to visit. I'd like to meet some of my viewers whenever I travel. If I ever go into an area that I know a viewer lives into, it'd be cool to get together, have a beer, drink a coffee, talk about whatever, make a video. It'd be cool to do. I'm a people person. I like to flap my lips, so that's what my wife says. I suppose she's not popped up in the chat yet and say your food's getting cold. She did that one time. She's like, your food's getting cold. That was actually pretty funny. Kingsport. Awesome. Kingsport, Tennessee, Ronnie. So yeah, you're not far from me. I like Tennessee. Thinking about going up there to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. We usually go up there in October, September. Yeah, George, I'd love to meet any of my viewers. I hate calling you guys fans, viewers. I'd like to meet any of you guys. Kingsport, Tennessee. Yeah, that's cool. Now is that on? Help me with my geography. Man, that beer strong. Y'all about to get 3 Beer Brand up in here. Let's see. That's the east. Is that the east side of Tennessee? The eastern side of the state? It's not the western side, is it? Kingsport's towards the east, isn't it? And I'm sorry, I have to wait. We're on a delay, so I have to kind of wait on your answers. It's like I've asked a question, and I'm still seeing me up there moving, and I'm waiting on the answer. So, you're a fan of my videos. That's cool. Yep. Well, I appreciate each and every one of you watching. I really do. Like I said, I make the videos, and I like to see the views. I like to see, hundreds and thousands of views. I've got some of my videos that are over 100,000 views and some approaching 200,000 views. But when I see the videos that's just 300, 400 views, it's still all good because, that's 300, 400 people that saw it and possibly got some enjoyment out of it, and I was a part of your day, and that's something that's really cool to me. It's really cool to, if you're sitting on the toilet, or I know one guy, I can't remember his name, John, I think, he watches me on his TV, and that just trips me out. He sent me a picture one time on Messenger, and it was me on his TV on this big 50, 60-inch television, my big old head, and it was just kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see that. Kind of humbling in a way. Favorite Kiss costumes. I'm a Love Gun costume era man. I mean, I really do. And then probably after Love Gun is probably Destroyer. I really like the Destroyer costume. Very northeast corner near Virginia. Okay. So Kingsport, is that near Johnson City and stuff like that, around in that area? But yeah, I'm a Love Gun man. I'm the Love Gun stage. I love the Love Gun stage. I love that whole era, man. Just all the photos that came out of that era, all the photo shoots, all the live shots. Yeah, Alive 2 that came out of that era, the solo albums that came out of that era. You know, I'm a huge fan of those costumes. And like I said, probably top number 2 would be Destroyer. Number 3 would probably be Dynasty. I love the Dynasty costumes. They were definitely over the top. And the Elder costumes were kind of cool too. They were very strict. They were very stripped down. And then probably going back to the Alive costumes. I liked Ace's, where it's almost like he had the little silver things on his shoulder. Then he had the black V with the jewels. I think that was Destroyer, if I'm not mistaken. That was probably what was Alive Destroyer. Well, no, the Alive costumes and Destroyer costumes were different. So that's one thing I want to talk about in one video. Is I'm going to talk about the costumes. Do I have any of the Kiss baseball cards? I had multiples of both sets. I don't have any of that anymore. I've had so much Kiss stuff it would make you sick. This room I'm sitting in is probably a 13 by 13 room. It's one of my 4 bedrooms. It's a room that used to be my daughter's room, and she's married and moved out on her own and actually getting ready to have a baby. A little girl in about 3 weeks, and so it'll be my 4th grandchild. And so this used to be her room, and it's now my Kiss room. My drums are sitting right there, and then Kiss stuff is in one corner, and drums and other stuff is in the other corner. And so I used to have so much stuff it probably filled this room up 2 times, and then it all got stolen and everything, and it got stolen out of storage. Whenever I was moving, I'd moved into, me and my ex-wife many years ago were in transition. Back in the late 90s, we were in transition, moving from a large house we had moved from a large house to a small house, and we're going in the process of moving back into a large house. And I had all my stuff in storage, and it got broken into and stolen out. I think somebody from the storage facility knew what was in there and how much it was worth. It would be worth a whole lot more now, because like I said, it probably would have been worth a lot then. Hold on, my foot itches. So this is stuff that gets edited out of videos. But yeah, I lost it. It would probably have been worth a lot then, because it was right after the reunion and everything. So, oh well. Had a Kiss pinball machine, loved it, had to sell it. Life happens. Man, that sucks to hear. Ronnie Parker, yes, near Johnson City. Cool. I've been to Johnson City several times. Beautiful town. I love Johnson City. Maybe one day we can meet in Johnson City. That'd be cool. I want a Kiss pinball machine. That is my holy grail, is Kiss pinball machine. And most of the good ones, they're still in decent working shape, in decent condition, are anywhere between $3,500 and $5,500. There's somebody here local to me that's selling one that's in really good shape that they want $4,500 for it. And if I could get a loan for $4,500 to buy that pinball machine, it'd be sitting right there, and I'd make a video of me playing it. But I had the Rub and Play and Colorform set. I had the Rub and Play, the Colorform set too. I had the posters. I had the pencils. I had the stuff that you see on Rick's channel. I had the Kiss Your Face makeup kit. I had the Kiss on Tour. I had the trash can. I had the posters. I had the puzzles. I had the notebooks. I had the radio. I had the lunchbox. I had the Magic Market cups. I had all of the magazines, Grooves, the Groove Special, the Kiss Meets Phantom of the Park. I had the jacket. I had the Kiss jacket. I didn't have the black one. I had the one with the flames. I had, if it could be gotten, I had it. My mom did pretty good at spoiling me. I was a little bastard. I usually begged her until I got something, especially with Kiss. And if I started asking for it with Kiss, she knew it was she just might as well give up and give it to me, because I was going to beg the shit out of her and bug the shit out of her until I did it, until she got it. But if it was Kiss, I had it. The guitar, God, man, if they had it, I had it. I mean, I really did. Messages held for review. Okay. That sucks. The asshole thieves went in your storage unit and stole your stuff. Those douchebags. Yeah, man, I tell you, George, I wished I would have known who it was. And, and every time I get something off eBay, I'm getting ready to start buying stuff, and it just kind of makes me wonder, how stuff comes full circle. Because they stole everything, dude. They stole my albums. I had the original albums from when I was 7, 8 years old. They stole a bunch of other stuff too. Like I had yearbooks in some of those totes, and they stole those too. Yeah. Let's see. Do it, Brant. Life is too short, man. I'm tempted, dude. I will own a Kiss pinball machine someday. I will own it. The stuff that I owned when I was a kid, not everything, but the stuff that I really cherished, the Kiss dolls, the Miko dolls, and all that stuff. I will have that stuff again someday. Am I going to buy Ozzy's new box set? Probably not. Probably not. I like Ozzy, but I'm not a huge Ozzy fan, so I probably won't buy. I would like to buy. There's several box sets out there that I would like to buy. I would like to, and I'm behind on getting some things. Like I don't have the Kiss reissue of the Marble Swirl that was so jacked up. Some people, they really hated it, but I still want it. I don't have the Dynasty Green vinyl. I don't have that. I would like to have the solo album box set that's got the 4 different colors of vinyl. It's $199. It's dropped to $149, and I heard there's a coupon floating around where you can get it for like $111. I might bite on that. But Typo Negative has a box set coming out that's all their albums. It's like $199. I think it's actually out now. And I'll probably buy that, honestly, before I buy anything else. I'll probably buy that. I think when I pay my credit card off this month. I'm one of those people, I run my credit card up every month, and then I pay it off at the end of the month, and then I run it up again every month, and I pay it off because I get points and stuff for doing that. So I run it up, and then I pay it off, and run it up, pay it off. Anyway. Anything else? You guys got me here. Are you... Anybody ready to go, or you want me to pick a random album and talk about an album? Y'all have a question? I'm here to hang out with you guys. Somebody was telling me the other day, they're like, man, it's been too long since you did a live feed. And I'm like, well, I've been busy as shit, but I'll do one. Yeah, George, I want that Kiss solo album set too. I really do. And that shit's going to be out of print, and we ain't going to be able to get it, and then it's going to get expensive. Do I have the Kiss singles box set? No, I don't. And I actually saw it on sale at that record store that's right there on the strip in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I saw it there, and I almost bought it. And and then when I went back in there several months later, it was still there. And I was like, shit. Maybe I should buy it. And I didn't. And then I went in there several months later and it was gone. So, oh well. But I don't have the singles box set. Man, I sat in silence for like 30 seconds. I think I'm buzzing a little bit. This could be dangerous. Um, I know what we can do. Y'all feel like participating? I've got 10 people watching. I don't know who all's participating and who all's just kind of ghosting or lurking or whatever you call it. You can't see it here. It's off of camera. Uh, so you can't really see. So I'm going to kind of pan a little bit. I'm going to take my camera and I'm going to kind of pan a little bit so you can see my room. Um, if If I pan up here, you can see my posters. And there's a poster that a viewer gave me. And if I pan over that way to it a little bit, you can see that I've also got Kiss Alive 2 out there. And there's a viewer made that for me. And then I've got Kiss Alive Double Platinum, the solo albums. I've got the posters up there. I've actually got another poster. I think it's Dressed to Kill, but it's portrait like that too. I'm looking for another landscape. I've got my Kiss cup up there that a viewer sent me. And I've got my Kiss truck that my friend bought me. I've got my Ace bobblehead that's from the Union era. I've got my yellow Vet. I've got my Pops that I bought. And I've got a blank space there on my wall that I want to put a Dynasty poster when I get it. The 2 copies of Dynasty I have 3 copies of Dynasty. 2 copies don't, the 2 original copies don't have the poster in it. And I've got a 180 gram that has a poster, but it's sealed. I've not opened it. But if we come on here past Dynasty, you see all the way out there, there's Unmasked sitting. And Unmasked is one of those albums that some people love and some people hate and some people love to hate. So, okay, Marty. And Marty, I know it's late as hell where you're at. I know it's late as hell where you're here, where you're at. You're over the big pond, and I know it's late as hell, but I really appreciate you being here. Family problems or not, man. Like I said, family problems, we all have them, and so my thoughts are with you on that. I hope everything kind of works out for you. But I appreciate you being here. That kind of humbles me to hear that you're here. And but yeah, that's awesome. And man, it's probably late as hell over there. Let's see, it's almost 11 here, so it's probably 12, 1, 2, 3. Is it 3 or 4 over there, dude? I mean, isn't it? Isn't it that late over there? Or am I wrong? But anyway, I'm gonna pull Unmasked down here. This is, I think, the only copy of Unmasked I've got. Let me make sure. Yes. It's the only copy of Unmasked I've got. I'm still looking for, I want a copy of this that's original. This one is sealed. It's got a poster in it, I can tell. And it's still sealed. It's a 180 gram and it's sealed. And yeah, 4 in the morning. Dude, like I said, I appreciate you watching me 4 in the morning, man. That just blows my mind. I appreciate you so much. But anyway, what do you guys think about this album? Okay, and we'll talk about this album. I've been streaming for an hour and 45 minutes, so we'll cut this off at 2 hours. Since I got a late start, if you guys want to hang out. So let's talk about this album. First, what do y'all think about the cover? Okay, what do we think about the cover of Unmasked? See, it's a video that y'all get to interact. I remember, while I'm waiting on you guys to chat in, I remember when this came out, and me being a, when did this come out? What year? Help me, guys. 82? See, this would have come out after Dynasty. So it'd been 80. So, but I remember thinking, oh, Unmasked. And, right, Darklight. You stared at the cover for hours. I remember looking at every little bit of the cover and seeing how much like that the artist ripped off. This is actually the Dynasty poster. I mean, Gene is different, but that is the pose that Paul has in the Dynasty poster. That's the pose that Ace has in the Dynasty poster. That's a little bit of the pose that Peter has in the Dynasty poster. Gene's different. Gene was looking off to off to his right, our left, and he didn't have his tongue out. But I think it's cool, they kind of embraced, by this time with the solo albums, they had embraced their colors. Ace was highlighted in blue, Gene was highlighted in red, and Peter in green, and Paul in purple. And I think it's cool that Peter, on the front of this, has his eyes open, but on the poster, he's winking. That was supposed to be kind of a, hey, they still had the Dynasty costumes. Ace's, the picture of Ace here just looks so good. It doesn't look comical. It doesn't look like this down here. It looks comical. And he's got the blue V. So it's Dynasty. I always thought this was really cool here. Peter with his arms up, with his sticks crossed. They've got their Dynasty costumes on. It's almost kind of like, it almost looks like an Alive pose. If you think about that, it's like it's a throwback to Alive. Ace is inverted, so Ace would have been turned the other way. Gene was very close to how he's posed on Alive. Paul's almost identical to how he's posed on Alive. Peter is almost identical to how he's posed on Alive. I always thought this up here, this chick, I always thought that looked like Wonder Woman. I always still thought it looked like Linda Carter. And this here, I always thought it looked like maybe like Pam Dauber or somebody. And I used to stare at the boobs there, because she's got the ski slopes. So I used to stare at the ski slopes, right there. I mean, hey, I'm a kid. Hormones raging. They did an homage to all the pictures that we saw as a kid with where you saw them with the makeup, where you saw them with the things over their face or their hand in front of their face, and then it's just Ace with his wings. I mean, Ace, I don't know if his costume actually made wings. So yeah, I always thought, I couldn't figure out if Peter was blowing a kiss or if Peter was taking a drag off of a cigarette. You really couldn't tell if which one he was doing. But I agree with, I used to stare at this cover for hours and just looking at it in so much detail. And then Peter, come on guys, ready? And then the gasp. And then I still say they stink. And I cannot believe that Kiss, as fragile as their egos are, I cannot believe that they stuck on the cover of their album. I still say they think. I still say they stink. So I can't believe that. But so album cover and poster, amazing. Album cover, amazing album cover, amazing poster. So let's talk about the tracks. Yeah, and I still say they stink. It's just, crazy. Linda Carter, perfect boobs. Demetrius, you're back. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. I still say they stink. And he and does he or does he not look like the Alfred Newman or whatever he is from Mad magazine? And the crowd goes wild once more, and the logo, the Kiss logo there. So let's talk about this of course was a Vinnie Poncia thing. Vinnie Poncia. He wrote a lot of songs. He co-wrote Easy As It Seems. He co-wrote Naked City, Shandy, She's So European, Tomorrow, Torpedo Girl, What Makes the World Go Round, You're All That I Want. He was all over this damn album. For better or for worse. And I like the back. I like the Kiss logo and the Unmasked logo there. I like that. I don't like the fact that Kiss cannot get their damn songs in the right order on the back of their albums. I don't understand that. They got Easy As It Seems all the way up here, right behind Nick, and then they got You're All That I Want, right? So, but we're going to go through these, and got about 8 minutes left. We're going to go through these. So, Easy As It Seems. You can then chime in, as I mentioned them, you can chime in on what you think. Easy As It Seems, I like it. A lot of people don't really like Easy As It Seems. It's got those bongos in it, but I really like Easy As It Seems. It's a really good Paul song, and I like it. I always thought it was a coincidence that Vinnie Poncia was for Mad Vincent Productions. Yeah. If you watch the Unmasked commercial, you'll see the gasp is part of the cover is edited and covered to make you believe that they took off the makeup. And I forgot to mention, I always thought, wow, they're not unmasked. Maybe they're unmasked on the inside, and well, they weren't. It was just a thing to kind of, I don't know. I really don't know what they were trying to do with this. I think it was like, oh, we put out an album that we believe is going to be mediocre, so let's give it a controversial name like Unmasked, And then when Lick It Up came around, they had already used the Unmasked title, so they couldn't use it. Let's see. So we got a couple people that are Easy As It Seems fans. Is That You? The opening track. Is That You? I think is a great song. I think it's a great song to start the album. I love that. Ow! And Paul sings a little bit like Elvis. Right on my mirror with your lipstick. His voice in it. He does some vocalizing. It's but I love Is That You? It's a great song. See. I guess I'll see when people chime in. I know I'm a little bit ahead of you guys. Let's see. Is That You? Let's see. Is That You is okay. Darklight says he likes the whole album. Naked City. Now, Naked City is one I'm kind of on the fence about. It's okay, but I don't like it as much as I like Easy As It Seems, and I don't like it as much as I like Is That You. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's okay. Shandy is the next track. I'm going by the back. I'm not going by the actual track listing. I'm going by the back. Shandy is great. I love Shandy. Uh, the beginning of Is That You sounds like the beginning of And the Cradle Will Rock by Van Halen. Yeah. Naked City, George, you like Naked City. I like it okay. Like I said, I don't dislike it, but it's not my favorite. Shandy is great. I love Shandy. It's probably my favorite song on this album. Uh, you know, so far, I've got a 3 out of 4. She's So European. She's So European is really good. It's probably my favorite Gene song on this album. And I think he's only got, well, no, he's got You're All That I Want. I was going to say Gene's don't have that many songs on this album. But so She's So European is probably my favorite video off this album. And yes, Demetrios, I did see the video back then, and I just thought it was really cool. I didn't find out till much later, when you hear the stories about that Peter, that was his last gig with the band, and he stayed behind in his dressing room and shed tears, and he was the last to leave the set. And I mean, getting fired from a gig like Kiss, man, that's just, that's a horrible gig to get fired from. She's So European, though. I really love it. Let's see. Talk to Me is the next one on here. I like Talk to Me. Talk to Me it's got how many songs on here? 1, 2, 3. He's got 3 songs on here. I like Talk to Me, but it's not my favorite Ace song on this album. Talk to Me is really good, though. Tomorrow is next. I love Tomorrow. Tomorrow is probably my second favorite song on this album. It's so poppy, but whenever he breaks into that, and tomorrow we're gonna fall in love. I mean, I love it. But it's got some cheesy things about it. It's got a little pipe in there, like, and it's got the hand claps, kind of it towards the end. And he still, I didn't know just what to say. He kind of breaks into that too. But I still love Tomorrow. Tomorrow is an amazing song to me. I love it. Let's see. Marty says, I enjoyed the video of your hometown. I think you should branch out and do some traveling vlogs as you're a good presenter. I'm actually working on that, Marty. Fall and winter time is going to be some good opportunities to do some things like that. I haven't mentioned it up to this point, but there's going to be some more paranormal stuff coming out. We actually are working on a trip to the asylum in West Virginia, and so may even do an overnight there. And so, and I've got a graveyard that I'm supposed to be visiting that's local to me that is for a lunatic asylum. It's where they buried people, in the early 1900s, late 1800s. So I want to go out there. There's been reports of shadow people in that area. And so I want to go out there and do that. So what was my first reaction when I found out Peter was gone? It was, I was really sad because we didn't know all the inner turmoil that was going on with the band. It was like, and what was funny is the way I found out was I remember hearing it, but I remember we didn't have no internet, and we didn't have we found out by stuff being on TV, and we didn't have VCRs hardly at the time, so not many people had them. So if you didn't find out about it directly watching it, you had to read about it in a magazine. And I still remember I can see the cover in my head of Peter Criss Leaves Kiss. And it was like, they made it like it was real amicable. Like it was like, oh yeah, and Peter was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go off and I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to go do my solo career. And, and he put his album out. Polygram gave him a deal and put his album out. But, I found out when I watched Kids Are People Too. I probably found out something like that, and the magazine. I remember having the magazine that he left, and I remember being sad. I was really sad that Peter left because at the time he was my favorite member of the band. But I'd really started liking Ace, especially after his solo album and after Shock Me. I really started liking Ace. So tomorrow we talked about Torpedo Girl. Some people love Torpedo Girl, some people hate it. I think I think Torpedo Girl is awesome. The bass in Torpedo Girl, that's actually Ace playing that bass, that funky boom, boom, kind of sounds like Seinfeld. But that's Ace playing that, and I just love that whole riff, that dun 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 dun. You know, so I think that's just awesome. Gene said Peter married the suntan lotion girl. He actually married a Playboy model, and she's featured on the cover of Out of Control. She's the blonde that's kind of like, the records are flying out of the album, flying out of the jukebox and gonna kill me. I like Torpedo Girl Demetrios. I can't help it. I do like it. Two Sides of the Coin, though, is the next song, and Two Sides of the Coin is my favorite Ace song on this album. I love Two Sides of the Coin. It's a really good song. What makes the world go around? Yeah, the double bass drums at the end, George. Yeah, that's the actual first time I think double bass was in a Kiss album. I said one time in one of my videos that The Oath was the first Kiss song to have double bass in it. And somebody corrected me and said, no, Torpedo Girl had double bass. So, yeah. But Two Sides of the Coin I really like. That's my favorite Ace song on this album. Yeah, Man Battle Station's Torpedo and stuff. If it would have just started the whole... I love that drum beat at the beginning. That little offbeat, and he hits the tom. Anton Fig, man. I mean, what can I say? But yeah, it would have. And then that bass comes in, and Ace comes in with that, and then it breaks into that. I mean, I just love that. That's awesome. The words are cheesy. Thought I'd go out and take a swim today. I thought I'd never hear that in a Kiss song. Ace wasn't really thinking too much. I mean, thought I'd go out and take a swim today. It was real hot, and I just had to get away. I'm like, are you letting your daughter write these words? It was really, But Two Sides of the Coin's my favorite. What Makes the World Go Around, I don't like. I don't like Two Sides. I don't like What Makes the World Go Around at all. And You're All That I Want. I don't really care for it either. The album gets kind of weak on me towards the end, but overall, I like Unmasked. There's enough on it that I like. Let's see. You always say that you'll make a paranormal video. I know. Paranormal videos aren't something that are just made. It's like, it's not me coming in here in my room and sitting down and saying, okay, I'm going to talk for 45 minutes about this album. I mean, I could go walk around in the woods behind my house because I hear they're haunted, and take some cameras out there in the dark and, do some Blair Witch type stuff because I have some really thick, western North Carolina woods behind my house. And, it's... I don't even like being out there after dark. I really want. I think the next paranormal video I'm going to do is I want to go to the graveyard that's near my house. It's in town. It's near my house. It's just been a matter of this summer has just been crazy busy, and I just haven't had the chance. The last paranormal video I did, if you've not seen it, was when I went out to Lydia's Bridge. I went to Lydia's Bridge in Jamestown, North Carolina. That's what my band's named after. And I went to Devil's Trampling Ground, Devil's Stomping Ground, went there, and went and looked at that. And you went to just some different locations and just talked about different things. So, but I am going to try to get that video of the graveyard at the asylum that is near our house. I'm going to try to get that made probably in the month of October. I think October would be a good month to put out a video. And then I think November is when I'm going to try to go to West Virginia to go to the asylum there. And so that'll be sometime in November if I get the chance to do that, if I get the opportunity to do it. So anyway, I'm just about done, guys. I appreciate every one of you watching. Not only this video, but my other videos. I'm over 1,700 viewers now, and that's really, or 1,700 subscribers. That's really awesome. What inspired me to make paranormal videos? I've just always been interested in paranormal, and I've lived in houses that were haunted. I've actually seen shit move. The house I live in, I believe, is haunted. But because the house we live in now is only 5 years old. We tore a house down that had been here since the 20s, since the teens. And I've actually seen in the front part of my house here, right outside the door to this bedroom, this room that I'm in, was where an old cellar was. In the original house, there was a cellar that was under the house, and there was a well. It was like a 50-foot well, because this house was built before there were, outhouses and, bathrooms and stuff like that. So they had a well. And I've seen an old woman like standing in this area. I'd be in the kitchen, which is back this way on this other side of this wall, back this way. And I'm just kind of be turning and just glancing and see a person standing there. And then by the time I realize they're standing there, they're gone. And I'm not one for my mind to play tricks on me, and I'm not a skeptic, and I am a skeptic. I just don't hear a crick and go, "Oh, it's a ghost," My wife will hear the upstairs pop. She'll hear the ceiling pop, and there's an upstairs, and she'll be like, we've got roommates that live upstairs. We rent our upstairs out to people, and you'll hear something pop, and she's like, "There's nobody home. Why is it popping like somebody's walking?" I'm like, "It's called settling," But like I said, I just got interested in it. So, and I enjoy watching stuff like that on television. So anyway, but yeah, I would love to set up a camera. I have an old phone that you can set up as a video camera. You can purchase a cloud service where you can basically set that camera up, attach it to your wireless, and it'll stream. And I would like to set it up and put it in my kitchen. And if it's in my kitchen in a certain place, it sees the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, all the way to the front of the house, right outside this door, where I've seen that person stand, or that lady stand. So, and I can describe her to you. I mean, she had her hair like gray hair, and it was like up in a bun, and had on like a long, almost like an apron, and then had on like a long dress that like goes all the way down to her feet, but it wasn't fancy or anything. It was something that looked like somebody back in the 20s or 30s might have wore, maybe even the 40s, or whatever. So, but yeah, anyway, well, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short, guys, or not cut it short. We're over 2 hours. But what I was saying earlier is, you guys, I appreciate every one of you watching, and I hope that you guys are enjoying the content. Feel free to keep commenting, share my videos, and tell people about it. Get them to subscribe, and like I said, make me bigger so I can do more things. And like I said, I'm going to end this, guys. I appreciate you all watching, everybody that's been here. If you've been here since the very beginning, I fully appreciate you watching. Dwight, I appreciate you. Demetrius, Darklight, Marty, everybody. If I don't mention your name, George, Jay was here earlier. Everybody, I appreciate you. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this live chat and the videos I put out and the ones to come. All right, so I'll catch you later, guys. Thanks. I'm going to end this if I can figure out how. Thanks. Still trying to figure out how to stop it.